Hey, everybody. Okay, so last Sunday, we finally went into the hospital and delivered our daughter. Um, Everything's great, just no sleep. I'm finally making a video. I know it's been a week and I was doing them back to back to back, but I went by the storage unit with my buddy and actually made a bunch of piles there of stuff to bring back. I just didn't want to bring everything back to the house yet because it's just getting a little overwhelming here to process it and clean it up. So I grabbed some kind of unique books that I hadn't shown off in the past. So anyway, starting with this stuff, here's a Werewolf by Night. It's number 1. This guy's, sheesh, this whole place is a doll city, baby. I wish something would happen tonight. And then, there's a werewolf. So there's the kind of fine writing that you're getting there. Werewolf by Night, number 1. Number 2, he's in a net. Issue 3. How are we going to do this? All right, let's try that. Issue 4, fighting a cowboy. Issue 5, fighting some wolves. Issue 6. And before we even get any further into this, there was no first appearance of Moon Knight in here. So that was a bummer. But what are you going to do? It's issue 7. Issue 8. Issue 9. Issue 10. Jumps to 15, or they may be kicking around in the storage unit somewhere. It's kind of a good one, though, with Dracula on the cover. Then 16, he's got Quasimodo on the cover. Issue 17. '18 with another werewolf. Huh, 19 where the looks like they're fighting on the moon or something. 20. All right. 21. Some of those. 22. 23. 24. 25. More 25s. 26. 27. And it's 28s. Bear with me. We're almost through the werewolves. Let's move all this over. Alright. Okay. Issue 29. Issue 30. It's kind of a good cover. 31. I think right around here is where we're supposed to have Moon Knight. 34. 35. 36. 38. Okay, a lot of 38s. 39 with Brother Voodoo. 40. I did bring home a bunch of horror comics, but I know there's still a run of Tomb of Dracula kicking around in there too. I need to bring back 41. Some googly-eyed guy fighting the werewolf. This seems like an unlikely battle, but 42 versus Iron Man there. And so that's where the Werewolf by Night runs that I have ends. And I know I had brought those annuals home before, so I think we looked at those in another video. Aside from the Werewolf, I found this title. Not even sure I was familiar with this. Supernatural Thrillers. This one's number 1. It's featuring It. So here's It. Number 2 with the Invisible Man. Number 3 in the Valley of the Worm. Number 4, Jekyll and Hyde. 5, it's the Mummy. Then it stays the Mummy for a while. So there's number 5 with the Mummy. I guess there's no 6. 7 with the Mummy. 8. 9. I like this cover a lot. 10. 11. 12. 13. And 14 is the last issue I have. I don't know if that's where the book ends, but there's the last issue I have of The Living Mummy. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me get my bearings. Clear some room. Let's jump around here a bit. Some more creatures. All right. Swamp Thing. Let's see. Hold on. All right. So the oldest Swamp Thing I found was number 2. There's no number 1 there. Bernie Wrightson covers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with Batman on the cover. This one, I guess, out of the Swamp Thing bunch is kind of the popular one. 8. I like this cover, too. I kind of thought this was number 1, but just got him emerging from the muck. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11. 12. That's a good cover, too. 13, 14, 15, 16, and people love their 16, 17, Robot Dogs, 18, I thought there was some significance to issue 34, so I brought it home, but it's Alan Moore. There was no issue 37 there, which I think is the Hellblazer one. Here's issue 52. Another Alan Moore story where the Swamp Thing goes to Gotham City. 53, the continuation of that story. And I brought these home because I remember seeing these in other people's videos before. It's Annual 2, kind of deemed the first appearance of Justice League Dark. So here's 2 of them that are newsstand, 2 that are not. And there you can see there's got Deadman and Phantom Stranger, the Demon. Oh, and the Spectre. All right. Okay, Batman 198. It's just got a neat negative cover to it. It's a big, thick, 80-page giant book. It's got the Joker on the cover, Catwoman, Penguin. Count Duckula, number 1. Marvel premiere featuring the Legion of Monsters. And it's got Ghost Rider and Morbius, the Werewolf Man thing. ROM 1. I found 2 copies of this, Iron Fist 1. Both of them, they may display well in the video. Don't let it fool you. This one's pretty water damaged and ripply. This one's not as bad, but it's certainly not perfect. This, on the other hand, is pretty perfect. Sandman 1. There wasn't a lot of Sandman. There's just a couple jumping around there, but it's a good book to have. The Mighty Isis 8. Black Adam's wife in her own series there. This one I think is more based on the old Shazam TV show, obviously. And number 3. Okay. War is Hell 1. I just brought this home to add to my Aquaman collection. DC Superstars presents number 7, Aquaman. Frankenstein's Monster, number 1. Some early Ghost Riders that are pretty beat up. Number 9. 7. Couple 6s. 5. I brought this home too. I believe this is the first time that Ms. Marvel joins the Avengers. It's 183. There's all the Avengers books that I found in that storage unit. There'll be like big piles of one particular number, but unfortunately, and fortunately, that most of them are just kind of dancing around the 150s through 190s, and there'll be like just piles of them like that. So no really old Avengers or anything to point out. Just grabbed anything that had a 12 cent on it. So Unbelievably Strange. It's got Deadman. Number 216. Strange Adventures 213. 214. There's a few of the Punisher Limited series. I've always just really liked these covers. So here's number 5. 1 newsstand one, 2 regular ones. Number 2. And number 1. So if anyone doesn't have these are beautiful covers. Marvel Premiere 13. Just got a little bit of Doctor Strange action there. Giant size Iron Man 1. This one's pretty shoddy. You can see the discoloration up here in the corner. Water damaged. And Marvel Features, if it wasn't ripped, you would tell that's number 2. Defenders. I think it's the second appearance of the Defenders. Rogue and Gambit kissy cover. And Tor. From a world a million years ago. I'm going to wait for the TV property of this guy. It's going to be hot. Let's move this stuff away. Grab another batch. All right, Tales of Asgard. Number 1. The Creeper, number 5. I kind of like these 2 consecutive covers here. So here's number 5. The Creeper's in the sewer fighting this guy. And then the next issue, number 6, here he is still chained up in the sewer, and the other guy's out there like taunting him. Ha ha. Anyway, 2 issues of the Creeper. Peter Porker, who's been making his appearance in the Spider-Verse again. This is his first appearance. There he is appearing. Number 1. Number 2. 3. Like I said, I really tried to mix up this batch and have not all just superhero stuff shown off here. Number 6 is fighting an eggplant. Number 12. During this particular month, like all the Marvel titles had this border and just headshots in them. 14. 17. Batman Adventures 1. I never did find issue 12 in there. Anyone who hasn't read this needs to read it. Put down whatever they're doing. This is one of my favorite comics growing up. Sam and Max, the Freelance Police. Hysterical. This guy works at Lucasfilm. He does like some of the little comics that go into the I can't remember the. Well, someone's going to add it in the comment section. He does video game stuff. Steve Purcell's the artist, writer. Sam and Max Freelance Police Special. They're actually kind of difficult to track down, Sam and Max stuff. There was a cartoon for these guys for a little bit as well. But I highly recommend this. And out of all the stuff I've shown, all the videos, I love Sam and Max Freelance Police. Shadow of the Bat 1, first appearance of Zax, the guy that scars himself. This book normally comes polybagged. This one doesn't happen to be polybagged. All the props for it are still in the bag here, but it has been opened up. We've looked at this in another video before, just a Satana comic, and I found a couple more of these. Legends, number 3, the Suicide Squad appearance. All right. Almost done. Let's see. All right. House of Mystery 186. Just found it all by itself. This is a good book. First appearance, John Stewart, Green Lantern 87. Does have some cosmetic wear, but still presents really well. Metamorpho 6. Metamorpho 17. Mr. Miracle. Just took the number 1s home. Metal Man 43. I took this home to look up and see if this was the first Camestro, but I'm kind of guessing this is a little late in the game for him to have a first appearance, but I'll check. Metal Man 8. Metal Man 10. Metal Man 30. This book was popular on YouTube videos about a year ago. New Guardians 2, the villain was a cocaine addict and got their powers from the use of cocaine. So I remember seeing lots of videos of this. Never found it during that time. Gotta admit, never really looked for it. Anyway, now here it is. Mystery in Space. It's got Adam Strange and Kilimanjaro on the cover there. Number 75. New Gods number 1. Batman Holiday Special 1. I just like Mr. Freeze. I think this cover is a beautiful cover. Wolverine 1. I found the limited series. 1, 2, 3. When I was a kid, I actually wouldn't buy these because I didn't like Wolverine without his mask. I remember seeing these on the rack. I was so excited that he had his own series and it would come out, and I'd go, oh, I'll just wait to the next issue when he has his mask. And all 4 issues, never once had his mask on the cover. So, found a clean copy of X-Men 266, the first full Gambit. We'd found like 3 or 4 copies before that were kind of shoddy. This one's not bad. And just a Gambit follow-up in 267. All right, a couple odd things. Why don't we get this out of the way really quick? All right. So, Avengers Annual 7. Just an early Thanos appearance. It's got Warlock, it's got Captain Marvel, battling Thanos. Found 20 copies of that. All of them are pretty clean. So, it's kind of neat. Probably good timing to have as the Thanos big Avengers movie moves closer. So I was happy to stumble on this little pile here. Punisher #1 from his ongoing series. I always kind of thought this cover he was just pointing at his toe with that giant bazooka more than at the guy in the window. A few copies of that. Brought home these early Valiant video game books. Legend of Zelda 3. Captain N. Hitting some creature on the head. That was #2. This is #3. There's no #1s. Brought home this other TSR Warhawks book. Did find a couple more of Action Comics with the first Vixen. So, found a total of 3 of those. I'm going to finish this video with these romance comics. Like after I found one, I did do a show. It was called the Long Beach Comic Con. So we went there and took some of the stuff and started recouping a bit, cleaning out some things. Dealers came by and bought tons of stuff, but like one dealer came by and bought a True Romance or a Girl's Love or something I had. I had it at $3, so I was like, "Whoa, why did a dealer buy that?" So then I went and looked them up on eBay, and some of these are actually hard to get. So anyway, started pulling some of this stuff out. So here's Girl's Love, 134. It's DC Comics. I didn't put these in any kind of order. 132. Some of these titles are just they crack me up when I read them. 141. Will I ever find someone to love me? Probably should go outside. Come knocking at your door. 140. A lot of these books have a giant girl face in the cover and then someone off in the background. Heartthrobs. Another Heartthrobs. Got some good 70s action here in his high-collared suit. Heartthrobs 100. Falling in Love. 83. 79. I like this cover. Reminds me of those Liechtenstein art ones. 86. This one was kind of funny. So you can see here in the corner something was cut out. So I'm like, well, what is this? It's perfectly cut out. It's not ripped. So I'm like, I had to open up and see what the ad was. It's one of the actors from Man from U.N.C.L.E. and you could send $2 to get an autographed picture of him. So whoever was reading this Falling in Love committed $2 to getting that autographed Man from U.N.C.L.E. picture. 97. 98. This one just cracks me up beyond belief. This reminds me a lot of like Sterling Archer. And if you read it here, keep away from me. That's not the kind of love I wanted. I can see Archer back here. Just the tip. number 80. Then it looks like Marvel here gave it a shot at having their own love stories too. I only found this one copy and it's beat up. But anyway, it's called Our Love Story. It's number 5. Girls Romance, number 125. Girls Romance 116. I like this cover too, actually. Some of these books, actually, when I was poking around on eBay, I actually want to get some of them now and have them just because the covers are, like, not only is the art good on a fair amount of them, the dialogue just cracks me up. 132. This one, you know, she's complaining she's too young for, oh no, he's too young for her. She's too old. Oh no. Darling, you're younger than I am. Anyway, 126. 134. Gasp. They're both dating the same guy. That's going to lead to trouble with Betty and Veronica here. 135. This one, she's upset because she loves him, but her parents can't handle that she's dating a hippie. This is an old one. This is like from 1951. Like it's, I think the cover wasn't even attached. It's just beat to high heaven. You can see this like water had stuck in between it and peeled off, you know, at one point. But it's Girls Romance number 7, a 10-cent book. So like, I still think it's neat. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video. Happy to be back, making more show and shares and digging through there. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.